Friends, strangers, internet. My name is Emily Hanhan and I love colorful makeup and colorful language. Today I'm doing a full makeup and skincare video. I'm getting ready to head out on a trip to Barcelona, Spain. I thought I would do some kind of pack with me style video talking through the skincare and makeup, taking and kind of how I approach traveling with makeup and my skincare. I'm just going to jump into kind of talking through what we have on the screen and we'll get into makeup. This part shouldn't take too long, so makeup will be coming very soon. For skincare, my skin is pretty easy to work with. A couple of things I like to focus on are an SPF. So this is Biore Aqua Rich. This is sold specifically in Japan. It is mostly finished, honestly. I would say it probably has a couple of uses in it. Maybe. I know, you want to sit there. That's the first thing I think of when I'm traveling is, can I take things that are close to being done? If I can finish something when I'm traveling and not have to carry it back with me, that makes me super, super happy. It's not extremely moisturizing, but I could theoretically use this as my moisturizer and SPF. Also though, taking this Tula Illuminating Face Serum, a little bit bulky for me for travel. It's thick. I like having a serum moisturizer layer underneath other moisturizers or eye creams. Skin does better with like thinner, lighter layers of skincare. I have a little bit of a Belief True Cream Moisturizing Balm. This I can almost use as an eye cream, or I will use it as a nighttime moisturizer. Sometimes I'll use this in the daytime, only if my skin is feeling really thirsty. I'm also packing this little sample of an eye cream. I picked up a derm store that had some of their favorites in it. I picked up 2 sets because they had good jeans in there for a really good price. I've already used one of these from the first set that I had opened. It's fine, but it's a very small sample. 90% of this is air. Let's see. I have another little sample of the Biossance Squalene Vitamin C Rose Oil. Again, if I could use this up, I'd be very happy. This is something I mainly use at nighttime. In terms of cleansing and exfoliating, I have this DHC Deep Cleansing Oil. This again was in the set from the derm store. I've used about half of it. It doesn't emulsify enough for me to be my favorite. I think I prefer a cleansing balm over an oil. If I feel like it's left too much of a layer of oil on my face, then I can go in with this Tula Purifying Face Cleanser. To be honest, I've never used these Tula products that I'm taking, so hopefully we're good to go on them, but we'll see. In terms of exfoliation, I'm taking the Ordinary Lactic Acid 10% plus HA 2%. I had this one for a long time, and it's okay. It's a little strong and not very elegant. It's just a strong exfoliator. I want to see if I can, I'm probably not going to finish this up on the trip, but I just want to try to use it again and see if it's something my skin is okay with using again, or if I should just give up the ghost and throw it away. And then I forgot where I got this, but this is a Tarte Friction Stick. It's basically an exfoliating stick. This is good for me in the shower. I would use it like if I feel extra grimy, I feel like you have just much on your skin. But I also can use this as a lip scrub or even a body scrub if I needed that. In terms of cleansing, this is the makeup eraser. This is, I bought a 2-pack that you could split up. I'll probably take it out of the box for easier packaging. Actually, let me just do that right now. So this is the makeup eraser. It's super, super soft. Hoping I'll have a haul posted that's going to be themed on Spooky Lips and Fat Hips Made Me Buy It. And I didn't mention it in that haul, but Lacey definitely inspired me to pick these up, because when I was hanging out with her, we would grab this and grab a makeup eraser and dampen it, and it would just wipe off swatches beautifully. So I really enjoy like a cleansing oil, using that, taking the cleansing oil off my face with a makeup eraser covered in warm water. You may still need a cleanser after the fact for like the double cleansing type, but it's just so soft and luxurious. And I think it was 2 of these for $12 or $13, which for a washable, reusable situation, I think is quite good. The couple of little miscellaneous things I have here are, I picked up at the end of last year, right after the holidays, I picked up a Bliss set of masks that was like on clearance. 3, I have Watermelon Reviving and De-Stressing Overnight Mask. I have the Mega Moisture Lavender Honey Mask, and the Mighty Marshmallow Bright and Radiant Whipped Mask. Really cream sleeping masks. I keep taking these to travel with me because I just don't tend to reach for them when I'm at home. The thing that is nice is that if I were to run through all of the little sample skincare that I brought with me, I could save whatever I need for the mornings and just use this at night, and I'd be pretty much good to go. They're sticky from their packaging, which is why they're sticking together. And then I'm also packing these Wonder Beauty Baggage Claim Gold Eye Masks. This is a set of 2 that I got in a BoxyCharm when I was still subscribed, and I've had them for quite a while, and I just need to use them. I don't have the time for eye masks most days, but maybe I'll put these on the plane, or maybe I'll do them when I I don't know, I'll try to make time to do them. And the last few miscellaneous items are just a couple of lip balms. So I've been desperately trying to use up this damn cherrybalm.com from Glossier. I just don't love it. I don't find it to be incredibly moisturizing. Just not my favorite. I can use it up, it's not the worst, but the closer we get to winter, when my lips are really, really in bad shape, the less likely I will be to use this. So I'm bringing this. I also have a little sample pod of I don't even remember. So the last thing we have out right now is my perfume. And this is the Issey Miyake Eau de Issey Eau de Toilette. That's all probably terrible sounding. So I've used this perfume for probably 15 years now. I'm not a huge perfume fan, and I just like something that's soft and kind of fresh. I would love to find a cruelty-free perfume option. I'm going to put these away, and then we'll talk makeup. Here's a little trick. Use your soft makeup eraser to wrap up glass bottles. Skincare is done. You really just moved right in there, didn't you? Didn't you? Well, Veronica decided to move in closer since I gave up the space. So while we're just talking about a few complexion products, I will let her hang out. Because you're so fucking cute. Yes, you are. I'm keeping the face stuff pretty simple. I have a ton of base products, but the reality is that no. So besides the fact that it looks disgusting, my Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer, oh, is it leaking? Oh no. This I can use as, oh, now she's done. Okay. So this I could use as a concealer, or I could put tiny, like I could put dots around my face and blend it out to use it as a more intensive foundation. I don't use a lot of base products. Now that I've started making videos, I've been using it a little bit more, and I don't actually love that just for the way they look on my skin. So I'm just going to take this and we'll see how I like that. I will wash this, but this is my dirty Shop Miss A sponge. This is also coming with me because there's no way it would not. It's the best. It's so soft even when it's dry like this. In terms of powder, here's what I'm doing. I have my Too Faced Peach Perfect powder, which I don't even use with a sifter, so I can just dunk right in. So years ago when Besame was in Sephora, I bought this little trio of powders. They had a translucent, a lavender, and a rose. And I've held on to one of these containers because it's a perfect container to travel with powder. It can hold a lot of powder, but it's nowhere near as bulky as this container. I also am really not into pressed powder, so it's a good way for me to travel with powder easier than pressed. I literally just take a spoon from my kitchen, and that's my travel powder. And that also makes me a little sad to know how little powder I have left. That'll still last me a long time, but it just looks sad. In terms of setting sprays or sprays, I've been trying to just use up this Wet n Wild Photo Focus. This is more of a setting style spray. I don't even know if I'm going to use it, but I'm going to bring it with me. And then I have, last time I traveled, I decanted my Mario Badescu cucumber spray into this little spray bottle. This travel spray bottle has a surprisingly good spritzer. So that's how much I have of any facial spray that's not a setting spray in my collection right now. So they're both gonna go with me. Okay, so I have face products in the camera as much as I can. Again, my lady relocated. One of the things that I love about my collection is that I have a lot of single pan items or things that I've depotted myself. For example, this quad, these are all products that I bought in single pans that I use as highlighters. I have depotted this blush. I have depotted my butter bronzer, and then some things like the ABH glow kits are magnetized, and even this this little trio of highlighters here is from that new Makeup Obsessions brand, which is a part of Makeup Revolution. Their little palettes are all magnetized. I really love this because I can just pull out whatever I want and build my own face palette, my own travel face palette, or my own face palette for, you know, here at home. For me, I know that I absolutely love and cannot do without my green Luxie Beauty highlighter. I know I talk about this a lot on my channel, but it's just an absolute favorite. I've hit pan. Yes, I've actually hit pan on a green highlighter. I'm gonna give you a swatch just because I want. And you see how like you can't see it and then you see it? Yeah, that's why I love it. I'm not sure if I want bronzer, but I did pull this out just in case. It's so interesting because I didn't even think about this, or I didn't even notice this, but the Makeup Obsessions highlighter is somewhat similar to the ABH Starburst highlighter, which is an all-time favorite of mine as well. I don't think I'm going to take anything else from this big palette, so I'm going to put this away. So the other things that the thing I know I want to take this. This is Apricot in the Middle by Wet n Wild. I was inspired to do Pot It from Hannah Louise Posted because I do love this blush, and it's become something I've come back to for the fall. But I feel like I would use it a lot more and travel with it if it's not in its chintzy plastic packaging. I think I'm actually going to take these 3 Makeup Obsessions highlighters as well. And the last one that I'm debating over is this. Now I know that 4 highlighters or 5 highlighters is a lot, but this is a gorgeous blush topper. And one thing that I'm doing is that instead of taking my beloved Cover FX pink blush, I'm actually going to bring this Sugar Pill and Trixie Mattel palette because this blush is super pigmented and I can use it as eyeshadow just like I've been using with my Cover FX blush. But then I also have these shades here. I do love a shimmering pink, so we have those. I have this Oh Honey, which I can use as a highlighter. So actually, let me see. It's pretty white. It's not quite fully as white as this shadow or as this highlighter, but I'm going to put this one back. Okay. So then I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with doing all of this. And you can see that makes a pretty topper. It would also make a pretty highlight on its own. This one is a peachy one, also from Looksy Beauty. That one I may not want to take, but I'm going to keep it out just in case. It's that one with the flash right up here. So I don't have a palette yet set up, so I'm just going to keep these sitting out. And one reason I like to do this is that as I start pulling eyeshadows, if I were to pull something that's a duplicate of something I've already have, I'm more willing to take a small eyeshadow pan than a big face pan, so I won't have those duplications. So my favorite thing to do when I'm traveling is to basically build my own custom palette. It can be face and eye, or we'll have a face palette and an eye palette. But the thing that I was noticing from traveling a couple of times recently is that one of my absolute favorite brands, Lethal Cosmetics, their matte shadows, which I adore, sometimes have some issues once they've traveled. So this shadow was fine when I was traveling, and I was traveling in a car and train, but then when I got home and kind of reevaluated it, I realized that it had cracked around the edges. And then I've also had this blue shadow. This was a plane trip, but it was a carry-on, but the shadow just like sheared off, and it was a total mess when I got there. So while I love Lethal Shadows, I think I'm gonna skip that brand for this trip, and I'm kind of going into this eyeshadow palette creation thinking I want to take colors that I want and that I'll enjoy, but that I wouldn't be so sad about if something happened. Which I know a lot of people go into traveling that way already. I'm just learning about it. I know already that I really want to take this new shadow I have from Looksy Beauty. It's called Cookie Dough, and these shadows are like $2.50 each. So while I would never want anything to happen to them, if something did, it's not a big expense or a long time of waiting to get it back. I'm gonna pull this one out as a maybe. That is from Looksy Beauty as well. That one's called Cookie Dough, and it's just beautiful. I'm just in love with it. The other palettes that I pulled out that I think I want to pull from are these two ColourPop palettes because they're magnetized in there, so they just come right out. And I'm not reaching for these enough, and I really love this color, and I want to bring it into this travel collection. The other reason I'm bringing this color in is because I know that I have a palette that I want to incorporate. Let me grab that palette. So every time I would get these new Kaleidos palettes, I kept saying that, oh, they're beautiful and they're a great size to travel with, but I wasn't actually traveling with. So I decided that this was the perfect trip to travel with this one. I don't not do colorful makeup on my days off or days I travel. So I want to bring this because I feel like I have a great set of mattes that I can work with and some stunning shimmers. And I knew that this had the pink, so let me be realistic and put this back. But I also had this feeling that this shadow from ColourPop would just be stunning with these. And that is true. I don't think I actually want anything else from this palette, although, I really haven't touched this green palette in so long. I'm gonna pull out this olive color just in case I want it with my neutrals. And then from this palette, I'm either drawn towards Earthshine, which is kind of sheer, and maybe it could be pretty, or Mr. Sandman, which is pretty flaky but very pretty. Or Do or Dough. No, I'm not sure. Gonna grab that color and maybe Earthshine. Ooh, Earthshine is a little bit of a mess. Do I really need all of these colors? No. Do I want them because how pretty are my hands? Yes. I have so many things I could pick from. This is a maybe. Just cause. Just because. So I think I'm gonna cut myself off here. So now I'm going to try to find a palette that will either fit just the face products and just the eye products, or something that will fit them all together. Okay, so we know we're taking this, and then we have these 6 shades, and we know we're taking this. In terms of empty palettes, I have all kinds of sizes. Lots to pick from. This typically holds either the Butter Bronzer or 4 shadows. Pretty sure, yeah, that's the case. So I think I'm not gonna use that one. This is typically a 9-pan palette. I'm not sure about that one either. I think I wanna start, even though this is a chunkier palette, it has a mirror. So I wanna start with this and see what we can fit. Oh no. we are so close. We are so close. Come on. We're so close. A lot of you probably look at this and think that it's absolutely bonkers that I would put all these different sizes and shove them together, but they're in there. They're all magnetized in. We have a mirror, and it's basically the size of my other two palettes put together, which is pretty awesome. Now my debate is, do I actually want bronzer? I'm gonna throw the bronzer in here, and then I can make that decision later. To me though, that's pretty awesome to have all of my face and eye color products in this amount of space. The other things that I'm going to take, a couple more eye products. We're gonna do the Glossier mascara. I'm debating if I want to take another one, but I know this is my favorite. Hopefully it won't dry out while I'm there. If it does, I'll make it work. The NYX glitter glue, because yes, favorite. And then I don't even think I need 3 eye pencils, but I want them, so I'm bringing my favorite turquoise from Marc Jacobs, because that will look great with the green or the turquoise, or it will accent a purple or warm tone eye. Yellow, because that's an absolute favorite as well, and black, just in case I'm feeling smoky. Also bringing this is set from Sally Beauty, the best pencil eye sharpener that I ever had. Oh, and then a brow gel. I'll probably bring my Benefit brow gel because I'm trying to use that one up. Okay. Here you're basically seeing my full lip collection. What do I want to take? So I just got this, that lid is annoying. I just got this ColourPop Just a Tint. This is in Gimme S'more. It's like a simple, easy nude on me. I think I'll bring this. I'm not going to go through everything because this is not a lip collection video, but these were all liquid lipsticks. This is, I don't even remember how this came in my collection. I need to test this out before I travel with it though. So these are all traditional lipsticks. Not really feeling that right now. I think I have this color already with Just a Tint. Yeah, that's from the Lip Bar. It's nice, but I don't need to take it with me. What we have here is another thing I'm trying to use up. This is a little NARS lip pencil in Rakujian. I think this was a birthday gift, and I love a good travel-friendly situation. I have these 2 sheer lip balms that Mia of Mia's Virtual Vanity sent me, and I feel like I would like to take one of them. I'm trying to get used to wearing like sheer but colorful lips. I'm gonna keep both out and I'll decide. I'm definitely not taking both though. What else do I want to take? I'm not sure right now. Sorry, this is dusty and kind of disgusting, but I just grabbed it. Do I want something like this? I love this color, but it's just like a little too shiny. It's a maybe. It's a maybe. It's a maybe. What does this one look like? It's kind of bristly. I think I might take this, which is an Essence color, and then take this. As you can see, I'm drawn to like sheer glossy colors. What is this one? Okay, I think I'm actually gonna take another NARS lip pencil, this one. This was another like sample or whatever before I was trying to do all cruelty free. Haven't really been in a red mood lately. That's not salty. The only thing that might be my wild card is this black, because sometimes I'm feeling a little saucy and black can be, I'm not sure. Not sure. I don't know. I'm going to pack it, and then I have another like 48 hours before I leave. If I change my mind, I'll just take it out. I also have a couple of the butter lip glosses in my bag. Let me grab those. My purse had this gloss, which I do love, but I'm not gonna take. And this butter gloss, which I think I will take. Oh, yes. Because if I put it on thick, it's pink, but if I sheer it out, it basically looks like a clear balm. I have another pink butter gloss that I thought was in my bag somewhere, but I think we're good. Okay. I have more than enough variety with 7 lip colors, along with lip balm that I have in my bag. I've been recording for a long time and I was not expecting that. I'm gonna try to quickly go through my brushes that I'm taking and then we'll be done. And all of these brushes are dirty. I'm going to clean the ones I'm taking before I go, but this is dirty and dusty and I hope you're not too grossed out. So I have like 4 or 5 face brushes that I use all of the time. Face powder and buffing, under eye powder, highlighter, blush. I have bronzer with me, so I'll take this one. Now, in terms of eyes, I have like, you all know, I have some like go-to favorites. Okay. I have 2 super fluffy brushes that I pulled, but I think I'm just gonna take this one. Then I have my favorite blendy brush. This brush is great for packing on shimmers. This brush is great for applying glitter glue. And this is my wild card. I think I'm gonna bring because it's good for smaller, concentrated blending or lower lash line. I feel like it could be good for that. The only other, I'm gonna bring one of the little detailer brushes because this is good for inner corner or more defined work, whereas this is gonna just throw it all over my lid. I could definitely bring more than one of my blender brushes, and I have more than one. Oh, this rug is disgusting. I'm sorry about that. I could bring more than one of these blender brushes, but to be quite honest, if you just clean your brush off on your towel, you can go in with a different color. I could also bring a color switch, but we're not doing that. We're not playing that game. Okay, I think that's it. I think I'm good with basically, I mean, it's still a lot of brushes, but 10 brushes. We got 10 brushes. I'm going to wash these so that they are not completely disgusting, but they may, let's see. I may be able to fit everything in here. So you all might be horrified by this bag and how full it is, either by the fact that it is so full or just the fact that it's very snug. But this is everything except for my powder products. I am going to probably take everything on camera. Dude. I'm glad I'm almost done. The palettes, after having an experience of powder shattering and things like that, even when I've been very careful, I'm going to probably individually wrap each item in a piece of clothing and then have them in my carry-on. I'll have everything in my carry-on because I'm not checking a bag, but I'll have these in like my backpack where it's directly on me. So that is everything I'm going to take with me. I hope that was helpful or entertaining. I've been really enjoying doing overhead filming. If you have any questions about any products you saw during this process, feel free to leave them in the comments, because I know myself, they're not going to all be in the description box. If you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed seeing my kitty cats on camera, I would love to have you as a subscriber. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I've had quite a little influx lately, and every single one of you makes me so happy. Makes me so happy to see this community growing. If you have any recommendations for the kinds of stuff you would like to see me talk about related to colorful makeup, making palettes, indie makeup, anything, leave them in the comments, because a lot of you are new here and I would love to hear what you're interested in. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me. I hope to see you again real soon. Bye, friends.